Where there's a will, there's a way. It's not possible. Why not? My mother pins me in place with one cold stare, of a stare that makes me feel more dumb than I am terrified. A stare that says very clearly, "Are you serious right now?" Because she knows very well that I am, and also very well that I've probably thought this through in the stupidest way possible. But to conclude, yes, I am serious. It's perfectly possible, I argue, slamming my hand down on his desk. She jumps, seizing the armrests of her velvet throne, jerking away from me as far as she can without standing up and hiding. It's not as if I would do anything rash. Well, it can't get any more rash than I am now. But still, she grips her armrests tighter, nails digging craters into the purple cushions. It's just not. Are you listening to yourself? Are you? Because it's a great idea. I am not allowing you to marry a peasant. Who cares if he can become an acclaimed knight or not? Mother, I say, I finally express a desire to marry. And all you can say is no, because he is a peasant. You were willing to let me marry a performer from the brothel before, and now you've taken too long, she interrupts. And her voice is firm in that way where I know I will not ever be able to convince her otherwise. No matter how hard I try. No matter how much I love him. If you'd told me years ago, if you'd told me. Do not, I warrant my tone deceivingly half-hearted. But she doesn't realize I am only pretending. She thinks I am being pleasantly amicable, logical, mature. Nothing about this conversation is ready to be exposed, and nothing about it will ever feel mature. Erilyn, mother sighs, do not interrupt me. Do not bring his name into this. Your father, she says instead, looking at me pointedly, was the one who wanted you to find genuine love. And when he was alive, that was entirely possible. But he's not. Her voice becomes brittle, wobbling in her throat. Chin tipped back as she feigns confidence, even as her eyes glass over with tears. She clenches her hands into fists. It does nothing to steady her. He's gone. He has been for 5 years. And the society that our world lives in cannot survive without a king. It is heresy for me even to consider a marriage, especially at this age. Erilyn, you need to understand that this isn't a matter of love anymore. It's about your people. People. My people. Mine. How ironic, they were never my people. Never would be, not when people like my ancestors once existed. All male and dominant, and the foundation of the people. I am fated to rule through a husband I have only met once. A husband I do not love and must learn to, or endure and suffer through the end. Mother and father were lucky. What they have is just like what me and my peasant have, rare and unlikely. And while the chance that I learn to love the prince mother has arranged for me to wed isn't completely impossible, that possibility has the same statistic as the idea of me never learning to love him at all. In fact, the statistic that he hates me and I hate him, and we are both cursed to pretend we don't, is much higher than both those statistics combined. Peace is only a dream. Who cares if he's dead? My fingers grit against the rough, embellished fabric of my dress, each shallow breath caged by my corset, which seems to shrink the longer we stare at each other. Waiting for compromise, or even worse, submission. It's what he would have wanted from me. I know, mother says, and that's all she can say, really. There isn't much else. Perhaps she is listening to herself and realizing how stupid she sounds. It isn't entirely a helpless cause. Mark is doing everything that he can, I continue. And he is everything father would have wanted for me, too: kind, loyal, patient, devoted enough to give up his family for this stupid knighthood just so he can prove to everyone else and involved that he deserves me. I know. So why not? I spit. Would it have been any different if I'd told you earlier? Or would it be just like this? Because you're making excuses. You have to be. There is no real reason why I shouldn't marry him, even if it's prejudiced against. It is within reason for you to remarry. You could be a symbol of a revolution. Wronged wives and widows finding love again. Erilyn, Mother whispers through her teeth. And it's this that silences me completely. I know. And maybe she does. Or doesn't. It doesn't matter. Anyway, not when I turn around and storm out of the room. My people, I know that. There is nothing we can do everything. I hate it. I hate it all. I hate this life and everyone in it, and if I can't get the one thing I have ever wanted, then I will go and take it myself. Nobody dares question me as I throw on a robe over my gown. A heavy squire's bag slung across my back. Nobody dares stop me as I swing a leg over the flank of my horse and kick it into a run. Nobody dares stop me, because they do not know that this time I am not coming back. I pound down the door of his hut until he answers. Erlyn, Mark whispers and surely, rubbing his eyes. They widen instantly when he realizes he is not dreaming. Erlyn, what are you doing here? Did she say yes? No, I say, and his crestfallen expression breaks my heart. I don't let him tear me apart, though. I seize him by the shoulders and draw him close. But this is not the end. What do you mean, without your mother's approval? We can't. We can, I say, looking him straight in the eye. We can and we will. And we'll do it tonight. Then I won't have to marry that slimy old prince she has in mind, but we don't have much time. So come with me, to the church house, and then let's run away, I say. Let's go far, far away. We can, I insist. Mark, I love you. I'd rather die than live the rest of my life regretting not chasing after you, please. Please tell me you feel the same. He stares at me hard. He stares at me with all the love he has in his body. All the heart and sincerity and all the fear and anxiety and all that tumultuous resolution. That fully scares me, but not enough to make me question my decision. Not enough for him to either. And I know the exact moment he agrees before he even opens his mouth. His hand sliding around my waist to draw me close. I do.